Walker for joining me on this weekly Sunday Sunset Chat. We've got a couple decent days this week with fewest weather worries. That would be Tuesday and Friday. But we've got an interesting double pattern with rain ending tomorrow and winds ramping up right behind it. And then that happens again Wednesday night and Thursday morning. The rains end and the wind ramps up again for Thursday. So it's a bit of a quick cycle week, a couple repeats with the rain and the wind. But overall, we have temperatures that are decent for this time of year at around average, if not a little bit above average. Latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. And I wrote this forecast. Please wish well Greg Porter, who called in with the flu today, so we hope he feels better soon. Please wish him well. Hey, Ruth Elisa, good to see you. And hey, Peter, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you are doing well and staying dry out there this evening. All right, we've got rain that is, I'll start this animation for tonight, and then we get a break tomorrow afternoon into Tuesday. Winds are still a story tomorrow behind our rain pulling out. But look at that, we might start with a wintry mix a little bit with a mainly rain event on Wednesday and Wednesday night. But don't want you to be surprised if we see some non-accumulating flakes mix in with the rain as it starts on Wednesday. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. We don't really foresee any impacts at this time other than what we've termed conversational flakes, polite snowflakes. They won't interrupt your travel plans or errands or your commute. But then again, we know Washingtonians around us, if they're behind the wheel and they see a few flakes, they might start driving a little bit differently. So please be careful of other drivers, perhaps, if we do see more than just a few snowflakes mix in with our rain as it starts on Wednesday. We all know how Washingtonians, we are a little snow averse at times. Even if we want the snow, we don't like being in it. I think it's a funny cognitive dissonance. All right, good evening, David. And January surprisingly warm. Yes, Ruth, Lisa, snow unlikely to really arrive in the accumulating format before February. So we'll keep you posted, of course, at capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. Here are rain totals for the totals that this is including tonight into tomorrow morning. And again, rain tapers tomorrow late morning and winds ramp up right behind the tapering rains. So we have a very windy afternoon, midday into afternoon scheduled for tomorrow. And then the rain amounts included in the next 7 days also include Wednesday into Wednesday night. So with these two rain events, kind of tonight, tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday night, we might see an inch of rain in some of the luckier spots around the DC area. But of course, as you've been observing with us, the weather data says we may get a bit more rain than ends up verifying in our rain gauges. So we'll take this with a grain of salt. Maybe we see a little bit less than an inch for most, if not all, of the region over the next 7 days. And again, this rain comes from two main rain events, tonight into tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday into Wednesday night. So that's what we have for you, kind of focused 2 rain chances for this upcoming week. Now we could use the rain. Overall, drought situation in the eastern part of the United States, under control, not doing too badly. But yes, in the yellow, there are a couple spots here and there with some abnormally dry conditions. But the reason we don't really have much concern or even, let alone alarm, for our semi-dry, rain-free precipitation low January is that it's a time of year when there's no growing season, when the sun is a low sun angle, so we don't have much evaporation from the sun beating down on the soil, and we don't have much moisture being taken out of the soil by plant growth, by crops. In the transpiration department, they're not sucking water out of the soil that way either. So evapotranspiration rates, one combined word there, are the lowest rates of any time of year. So that's why deficits in rainfall don't really expand into a serious drought situation very quickly at this time of year because we have no plants really growing in the soil, no crops. The growing season is not active right now, and the sun angle is also very low, so evaporation most days is near zero, and especially in some of these cloudier days as of late. Daylight is getting longer slowly but surely, now at 5:18 p.m. I hope you're enjoying talking to me after 5 p.m. Later and later into January we go. We will start thinking about 5:30 and onward for these weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. And again, I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com, all on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I think I'm now successfully on all 3 channels simulcasting to you again. Good seeing you. Any snow North and west on Wednesday. So yes, Tyler, there could be some snowflakes mixing in, but so far no accumulation or travel impacts expected. Also check capitalweathergang.com for our latest on the comet, which you can see. It's a green comet, which is fairly rare. You can see it with the visible naked eye, though binoculars and telescopes are recommended to kind of help you see it a bit more. But all the details there at CWG.news/comet. Makabuchi did a great job of giving us an idea of how and where we can see this green comet, which is getting closer, I think, over the next week and becomes more and more visible as we get toward February. But don't miss out. Make sure you try and find a really dark spot, maybe grab a telescope or binoculars to help you see the comet. But it is a cool celestial event in our area right now. Martina, so far, I think everyone else is able to hear me. Thanks for that report, though. Let me know if there are any other issues. All right, we've got snow tracker for the snow lovers. Look away if you are depressed about this, but yep, so far, average season to date, we should have 4.9 inches of snow, and so far, a big fat nothing. And we had a great question earlier, I think, from Ruth Elisa. Do we foresee any accumulating snow by the end of January? Not really. Yes, some flakes on Wednesday morning, midday, north and west of town are possible, but overall, that's a rain event coming in for our second and final rain chance of this work week after tonight's and tomorrow morning's ending time for this rain. We really have to go to the high elevations above I-81, almost Frederick, Maryland and points north, to really see any chance of grassy accumulation of flakes for a brief moment in time coming in on Wednesday. It's really hard to come by snow right now, and I'm sorry, snow lovers, but of course, on capitalweathergang.com, anytime in the next 7 days, we foresee the chance of accumulating snow. We do put out our snow potential index, or SPI, and we make sure to tweet that on Twitter at Capital Weather, so make sure you follow us there as well. Looking ahead, though, temperatures next week, not a huge signal for below average in the blue, below average temperatures. We're kind of right in between a weak signal for below average temperatures and a weak signal for above average temperatures. So that leaves snow lovers still in a little bit of a quandary. You really want to see this time of year, even though it is near our coldest time of year, you still prefer to see us in the shaded blue, where there's a probability next work week of below average temperatures. That's kind of sticking north and west of town. Precipitation next week, leaning above average. With a decent probability, we see above average precipitation next week. Yes, so we'll see. Can we, snow lovers, maybe hang on to a little bit of hope and maybe get get some snowflakes in here that accumulate over the next 10 days? Lori, I know, indeed, we're trying to think about snow over the next 10 days, but so far, not a major accumulating chance from what we can foresee at this time. So I'm sorry to keep snow lovers a little bit realistic expectations. Maybe you're a little bit depressed like I am. We have seen very little snow around DC, and we hope we can add to this snow tracker, which, again, it's tracking 4.9 inches behind for the season. We normally have 4.9 inches on average this point into the snow season. But stay, don't worry too much. Don't have the snow anxiety just yet. There's plenty of winter and snow season ahead. Don't forget the recent climate change signal in the DC areas for snowier winters, snowier Marches. So we still have February and March ahead that we could still see some accumulating snow. So don't give up all hope, snow lovers. All right, I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. We have got your forecast at a glance here, flagging some rain ending tomorrow morning, then is replaced by breezes, building winds, in fact. Gusts are possible near 35 miles per hour tomorrow. We have a nice day on Tuesday and Friday. I kind of want to flag those are being nicer, tranquil days with some sunshine and calmer conditions. I have all the details for the next 36 hours or so at CWG.news/latest. Greg Porter fell sick with the flu this evening, so please wish him well. I was happy to write our latest forecast there, our PM update, but if you get a chance, make sure you wish Greg well in the comments at our latest forecast or tag him on Twitter. And we're always there at Capital Weather on Twitter as well. But overall, two interesting combos of rain and wind this week. The rain kind of diminishes tomorrow morning, and then the winds right behind it are picking up. That happens again Wednesday night and Thursday morning as the rain ends and goes down in precipitation intensity and aerial coverage. The winds whip back up again right behind that the rain that's exiting the region on very early Thursday morning. So it's not until Friday that we see winds calming down again and kind of producing a more typically nice day. But the good news is temperatures. Temperatures are around average to slightly above average, so pretty darn comfortable, if not a little mild for this time of year, right just now coming out of our coldest time of year. So keep that in mind. We should be a hair colder this time of year. It is our coldest part of January and the winter overall. So hopefully you're enjoying it if you're a mild weather lover. Indeed. All right. Hey, David, thanks for tuning in from YouTube. We're at CWG.news/YouTube there. And thanks for reporting there might be some issues on Facebook. Let's see. Paul, did you get sound back on Facebook? Hello, Alex. Hello, David. Good evening, Camden. I'm glad to see you, Aaron, on YouTube. All right, let me know. Looks like we've got things working on most platforms right now, but of course, keep me posted. I appreciate you all tuning in on our weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. 2 rain chances, a little bit of a wintry mix perhaps to start on Wednesday. We'll keep you posted, mainly north and northwest of town and the highest elevations. May see some flakes mix in on Wednesday as the rain starts, but overall we're looking at 2 rain events, tonight into tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday into Wednesday night. Both of these rain events, right behind them as precipitation dwindles, the winds replace our weather concerns by whipping up right behind the exiting precipitation, both tomorrow morning and on Wednesday, late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning as well. So we have the pattern that's very wintry. The jet stream is very active over us. So as soon as precipitation is exiting tomorrow morning and on early Thursday morning, the winds come right in to replace the action, to take the stage. And so expect some winds later tomorrow as the rains die down, and again on Thursday as the rains pull out then as well. But as you can see on this animation, yes, there's some flakes right there, potentially mixing in early on Wednesday as the precipitation moves in, but again, no accumulation expected, generally a rain event. But we do have a nice day in between these systems, between tonight's system and Wednesday's system. It's a decent day on Tuesday and again on Friday. Those may warrant higher than usual Capital Weather Gang daily digits on the blog. We'll, of course, keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com. We're there 24/7 on the blog if you need us. Rain totals from our 2 rain events this week could near an inch of rain, which is good news. We're a little bit behind. We have a deficit for January in the rain department, but drought conditions non-existent really in much of the eastern part of the United States. Yes, some abnormally dry spots in the yellow, but the reason we're not too concerned about drought this time of year when we do fall behind on rainfall, growing season is not active and the low sun angle does not evaporate moisture from the soil effectively at all. So don't expect any flash drought from this precipitation deficit. We're doing okay, especially compared to the middle part and the western part of the United States. Here it is, our daylight and our sunset time at 5:18 p.m. Thanks for joining me when I saw several of you signed in right at 5:18 p.m. I'm on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on all 3 of our channels. I'm simulcasting to you on all 3 live tonight. Very good to see all of you. And also on capitalweathergang.com. Make sure you find the latest on our comet coverage, CWG.news/comet. Macapucci does recommend finding a dark spot with some really good dark sky away from city lights. And binoculars and telescopes are recommended, even though this is visible with the naked eye. Hello, Mahia, good to see you. And Alex, thanks so much for tuning in. Firebird, good to see you. Hello, Alex. I appreciate all of you all tuning in on YouTube, and appreciate it. Hello, Alex, as well. Looks like I've got multiple Alexes on multiple platforms. Again, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter tonight. Really appreciate you tuning in. Hey, Debbie, thanks so much for tuning in. And again, we're getting later and later sunsets, so soon you'll be able to talk to me after 5:30 p.m. on our weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thanks so much for joining in. Tongue-tied, because I didn't want to show you this snow tracker. That's still 0. So sorry, snow lovers. We are still behind on our snow season to date. We should be right there, 4.9 inches. There, that top number for our average season to date accumulating snowfall. We're 4.9 inches behind, but we have plenty of snow season ahead. We've had several snowy Marches in recent years, and February is still ahead of us as well. And we've had some questions tonight. Do we foresee some snow happening before January is over? The quick answer is not really. But if that changes, we of course we'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com and dust back off our SPI, our Snow Potential Index, on the blog, and we tweet it out on Twitter each time when we see in the week ahead there might be accumulating snowfall of an inch or more. We'll make sure to re-release that for you and kind of flag we have a Snow Potential Index again on the horizon. Next work week, trying to find some straws to clasp at for snow lovers. Not much here in the temperature departments. We're kind of between the atmospheric signals of below and above average probability of above average temperatures and below average temperatures, excuse me. So in the blue, the shaded light blue just to our north, that's a slight probability of below average temperatures. The light shaded orange south of us is a slight probability of above average temperatures. So we're kind of stuck in the middle and unclear on where temperatures really might end up in the next work week. But at least in the precipitation department, there is a decent signal, decent probability for above average precipitation next work week. So at least higher elevations north and west of town have some, maybe they can pull some localized cold air and get some flakes out of this moisture next week. That could be above average. So trying to help you out, snow lovers. We'll see as we get toward the fine-tuned, detailed forecast as we get into closer to next work week. But for now, my latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. There's my PM update for you. And here it is, our forecast at a glance, flagging 2 windy days tomorrow and on Thursday, 2 decent days that are more tranquil and enjoyable with some sunshine, Tuesday and Friday. And then the rains. We've got rains tonight into tomorrow morning, and then again Wednesday into Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday's rain event could start out as some non-accumulating snowflakes, especially north and west of town, and the higher elevations, of course, even more favored in the area. But sorry, snow lovers, not to report that we have any higher probability than that for some snowflakes in the forecast. Boo, says Debbie, missing the snow. I know you're not alone. I'm sorry I can't give better news to snow lovers in the snow department as we get toward the end of January. But do hang on to your hats Tuesday and Thursday. Monday and Thursday. That's the windy days this week. Tuesday and Friday are decent. And the umbrella you're going to need into tomorrow morning, and again Wednesday into Wednesday night as well. All right, let's see. I've got rain totals for you from these 2 rain events. Let's look at the animation from tonight into early Thursday morning. So here it is into Tuesday. It's a very nice day, but look at the west. We've got that wintry mix and rain moving our way. Yes, some flakes could happen and fly in the rain as it begins on Wednesday, kind of early into the morning and the midday hours, especially higher elevations in north and west of town. Pulls out for Thursday morning, and then we back into our rains tonight in this animation and into tomorrow morning. Keep in mind, behind both of these rain events, the rain diminishes and the winds pick up, kind of replacing the rain as the main weather headline. So as the rains kind of decline, the winds ramp up, both tomorrow morning and again on Thursday morning. So keep that in mind. We'll kind of need an extra warm layer perhaps on both tomorrow kind of afternoon as the winds really get going, and then again Thursday. It looks like a kind of a blustery day again as well. All right, now let's take a look at the rain totals from our 2 rain chances this week. I'm on the air another 90 seconds or so. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. We're there on the blog anytime you need us at CapitalWeatherGang.com 24/7. So maybe about an inch of rain from our 2 rain chances. Tonight's rain that moves into a little bit tomorrow morning, and then again Wednesday into Wednesday night. That's our 2nd rain chance. Maybe an inch of rain in the luckier spots in the region. And that's good news. We do have a rain deficit, but no drought to speak of in much of the eastern part of the United States. Much better shape, the middle part of the country, compared to the middle part and western parts of the country. Yes, some abnormally dry spots, but with the growing season not happening and the sun angle being so low and not evaporating moisture from the soil in any sort of fast or effective manner, there's no speedy drought that's going to develop from our rain deficit here in January just yet. And then here it is, our daylight hours. Getting longer and longer days as we travel slowly in time away from the winter solstice, later and later sunsets. You're talking to me slowly by the end of the month, closer to 5:30, which would be awesome. Hopefully I'm not interrupting an early dinner of yours right now, but I'm on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you're following us on all 3 of our social media channels there. And the latest on the green comet at CWG.news/comet, visible now to the naked eye, but binoculars and telescopes kind of recommended. And if you also make sure you find a dark area away from city lights as well. All right, Paul, thanks so much for tuning in on YouTube. Really appreciate that. I am going to sign off here now, but I wish you all a happy, healthy week. Stay dry with our 2 rain chances tonight into tomorrow morning and Wednesday into Wednesday night. Yes, a few non-accumulating flakes may mix in the early part of that rain onset on Wednesday. Just conversational, non-accumulating flakes as it appears now. And then remember, winds are moving in behind each of our rain events. So windy by midday into tomorrow afternoon, and then windy again on Thursday, with the nicest days, tranquil days, being Tuesday and Friday. All right, take care for now, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye for now.